Do I heard?
Oh, it's so awkward.
Oh, it's gonna get so much worse.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for coming to the roast of Quisenberry. My name is Jerry, and I'll be your roast master tonight, which means I get to warm the room up so the rest of the days can spend the night letting y'all down, just like I did with Cory over here. So, what a days we have for y'all too. We have a few fat guys, we did have sisters who love going to bars together. We have a half dozen gays up here. It really just sounds like we're the cast for a season of RuPaul's Drag Race. But the thing that connects us all, everyone here really, is that we're here to celebrate Carly. So let's give her a hand real quick. I've known Carly since high school, and in that time a lot has changed about her. She went from being a weird nerd who would follow myself and my brother around to being an older, well-liked, weird nerd who still follows myself and my brother around. Nothing has changed more about Carly, though, than her wardrobe. You know, back in high school, she was wearing sundresses and combat boots. That was the look of the time, 2010, 2011. Now she goes out wearing literal clown clothes. And I'm not exaggerating, she has clown pants in her wardrobe. But that doesn't fully describe it, right? Carly, if you've seen it, has a dress at home that has holes for the arms and then extra fake arms that hang below her. And it makes her look like a fucking bug, right? And this is not just a normal dress that she's gonna wear for a Halloween costume party. It's for a special occasion. She told me she's saving it for a wedding, for a funeral. She's gonna show up dressed up like a fucking bug, right? That's very weird. The sickest part about it, she spent hundreds of dollars on this dress. It is a Halloween costume. But, you know, I had to bring up Carly's outfits because everybody on this dais is probably going to bring up Carly's outfits. Everyone knows that is the easiest, it's the easiest thing to bring up about her. And I used to make this joke, and Carly hated it, but someone would compliment her outfits on the streets, and I'd always say, "Thank you, I picked it out." And she'd always be so pissed off, and I have not made that joke in 8 years and counting. How could I? I cannot take credit for her outfits. The one thing that I think we can take credit for is some other things. Carly's mom, Shannon, is here. Everyone say hi, Shannon. So, Shannon did not like me and Ben when we first started hanging out with Carly. She hated us. Shannon was strict. Carly actually missed her boyfriend, and good roast master too, winning a male beauty pageant at our high school because the event, which was at our high school, went too late at the school. But not only that, if Carly would get in trouble if she was 1 minute late on curfew. Sometimes she'd get in trouble even if she was early for the curfew. Shannon was very strict, but she wanted to keep Carly safe. She was worried, and that's why she didn't like us, because she was worried that Ben and I would open Carly up to drugs and drinking and sex and bad student stuff, right? And luckily, Shannon loves us now. Carly and Ben and I have all been through so much together. We've become really close. We really care about each other. I will give her credit, though, because we absolutely did introduce Carly to drugs, to sex, to drinking, and we tanked her fucking grades. Fortunately, everything worked out, because Carly now has a career working at a bartender near her hometown, which is what all of the kids with college degrees dream about when they walk across that stage. One of the things I love most about Carly is that she's always honest, always genuine with how she feels and where she's coming from, for better or worse. So I'm going to try to move the same way. Carly, I love your tattoo that says gross, it's really fun, but you are living that shit up too much. Carly is so gross that I once saw her eat congealed fat from ground beef the following day in exchange for a hit of weed. Carly's gross. Carly is so gross. How gross is she? Carly is so gross that if there's vomit on the ground, she is more likely to lick it up than her cat. Carly is so gross that when she changes her bed sheets, you can hear them whisper, "Kill me," before she puts them in the washing machine. Carly is so gross that when she takes a shit, the toilet is the clean one. But despite how gross Carly is, she has all of these people here from all different parts of her life who love her, which I think is great. For instance, Rick's here. For those of you that don't know Rick, which is most of you, he worked with Carly at Copper Shaker. Now, I don't know Rick super well, but from what I know, he's got a wife, 2 kids, beautiful family, 2 houses, steady job at a solid bar. It just goes to show that you cannot judge a book by its cover, because physically, Rick looks like he was divorced 5 years ago, lost the house and kids, and just said, fuck it. Rick, you look like a Keebler elf fucked a giant and is having a midlife crisis. Rick, you look like you are always having an allergic reaction to something. Rick, you look like the billboard ad for porn addiction. And porn addiction, folks, is no joke. I actually know what porn addiction looks like because I have a friend who was really affected by it. Speaking of, my buddy Cory is here on Zoom. Hey, Cory. We can only see Cory's head, so I want everyone in the crowd to know he is absolutely playing with himself over there. Actually, the only reason he wanted to be on Zoom was so we could degrade him for a bit, and then he could blow his set, and then his load. Cory did tell us the reason he's actually on Zoom is so when he does bomb, he can just blame it on his terrible set on the bad connection. We spent an hour setting the thing up. Cory's always been one of our most competitive friends, which he always made things hanging out with him a lot of fun. He used to make a big deal competing in drinking games, flip cup, beer pong, chandelier, even taking shots or slamming beers, whatever it was. Now he seems to be competing on a different level, but I gotta give it to him, he's winning. Out of our friend group, he's #1 for least personable, worst dressed, gets the lowest amount of ass, dumbest haircut, but it does not mean he is always a winner. He actually just recently lost his relationship. Don't worry, Cory, because it will turn around. Or at least Dom might if you ask nicely enough. Carly's friend Dom is here. Yeah, Dom is actually really fucking hard to write jokes about. He's a good-looking guy. He seems to be doing fine in his career. He's driving everyone's rent up as a real estate agency. And he does have a beautiful relationship, unlike Cory, with his boyfriend Mark. Now, Dom refers to Mark as his puppy, which makes sense, given from what I understand, they go on long walks together. Mark is Dom's best friend, and the puppy might piss sometimes on Dom's leg. Dom, as good looking as you are, you still have an aesthetic. Dom kind of looks like the villain in a Frankie Muniz movie from 15 years ago. Dom looks like he'd play fetch like his puppy, but he's just fetching cocaine. Dom, I am telling you that you look like you smell like aftershave and semen. And sometimes you do smell like aftershave and semen. All of that goes to say, Carly's got a very fun, open friend group. Very queer group, too, and a very queer dais. Oh, who's the gayest looking one? Spencer's here, everybody. Spencer, you are what a blind child would imagine the first time they hear the word homosexual. Spencer is really fun to have around because they have the creative energy of an artist without any need for the talent. Spencer is ephemeral, interesting, good-looking, the physical embodiment of what the Republican Party tells you to be afraid of. And honestly, be afraid. Be very fucking afraid. My twin is also on the dais. Ben's here. He's the one who looks like me if you microwave him when he puffed up like a marshmallow. He's changing that though. We're both working on dieting. Ben's diet plan's working okay. He's put on 5 pounds so far. Just did our checkup last week. Ben is so fucking bad at dieting that his current plan is just to get fatter until he qualifies for gastric bypass. Make it real easy. You know the situation is fucked up when I am the skinny twin. Ben is 1 minute older than me, but he has somehow eaten 2 months more than me in that time. We went to dinner last week. He specifically wore a dark color so it wouldn't look bad if he got a mess on his shirt. The man is a slob. But one of my favorite things about Ben is how sensitive he is, about how he dresses. Ben is super insecure about the way he looks, which is why he somehow resolved it by making himself look like a creepy Italian mobster who tries to fuck you on a cruise. But he can afford the cruise, he works really hard, he pays for a lot of my shit, I gotta give it to him, and we'll give him a hand for setting up the audio and video stuff today too, because this shit was not easy to set up. That's the only time we're gonna thank him for it. But Ben's not the only, well, he is now the only famous family on the dais, but that doesn't mean we're going to ignore her. Marie, Carly's sister, is in the crowd. I wrote this for her before she decided she didn't have enough to write, and so we're still going to talk about her because she's here. So, while I've known Marie since she was a kid, there isn't too much I can really say about her. We asked everybody roasting on the dais to tell us a bit about themselves so we could do something to write jokes about, right? Marie's only contribution was, "I'm nervous and Carly's my queen. It's all love." Which is about as useful as a cleaning spray in Carly's apartment. What I do know about Marie is that she's grown into a... Fuck it, I don't got nothing nice to say. What I can say is Marie chose Carly as her queen, which means she set her sights low and she's on track to stick the landing. She comes by it honestly, though. Carly and Marie share a father, Bo, who is in the crowd right next to Marie tonight. This would be a surprise for a lot of you if you looked at him, but Bo is actually a world-traveled athlete. The full contact sport of ultimate frisbee, which actually makes Spencer the second gayest person in the room. Really though, I'm genuinely honored to be able to do this for Carly tonight. She's my greatest friend, and she's somebody that I love dearly. Carly's honest, she's thoughtful, she's selfless, and she has a full house tonight because we all care about her so much. Either that, or we've all just been waiting for an intervention about her wardrobe. I know I'm coming back to the clothes thing. It's just that she genuinely has the fashion sense of Jeff Foxworthy on Molly and Poppers. And I mean it. I used to go to her for fashion advice, and I came over once and she was figuring out what top to wear with clown pants. The same ones I was talking about earlier. And eventually we're sitting there for a while, and then she's like, "Okay, I know this accessory is a risk, but what do we think about this?" The fuck are you talking about? But you dress for who you hang out with, right? Speaking of, let's get started with the roasters. First we're gonna have Dom, so make him feel welcome. Come here, Dom. That's right, good
To quote Mommy Dearest, Jesus Christ. That was nuts. I'm gonna start light. It's so nice for everyone to come around the globe tonight just to see Carly cry. Seriously, I really hope that you can handle this, Carly. I'm half expecting you to unravel quicker than the outfit that you've clearly knitted together yourself. A side note to reference Puppy, my boyfriend, who everyone knows is Puppy because he's innocent and he's cute. He couldn't be here tonight, and I was going to say that if you make fun of him, it will actually be like kicking a puppy. I didn't think that I had to worry about that until I met Bo. That is my puppy now. I don't know about everyone else, but when I first met Carly, I thought that she was kind of a bitch. I was intimidated as hell, and I don't think that I truly gained full confidence around her until she started getting walked all over by 6-year-olds. And I think his name was Dylan. You have to admit that having Carly as a friend is great. She's very direct and blunt and honest, and there's no way that you'll ever leave her house with a booger in your nose. She's very structured and put together. I mean, her form of foreplay is literally, "Yes, chef." She also won't let you leave the house before licking her stove 4 times while she takes multiple pictures of you. Hashtag OCD hub. And speaking of porn, Spencer. Spencer and Gabby moved away on a romantic tale set forth to the big city to find love. And that's not going great. So I've actually applied for all of you to go on a reality dating show. Spencer, you'll be going on Love is Blind because the only connections that you ever form are from the other side of a wall. So, let's see how he performs without a hole. For Gabby, we're starting something new, so bear with me. It's in concept. It's a show based on those viral trends where a craft single is tossed onto a baby's head. So essentially, we're going to be throwing a craft single on a man's head on the streets and hope that we can stun one long enough to fall in love with you. And Carly, you're going on my 300-pound life, following a 90-pound girl and 210 pounds of anxiety. There's actually a lot of anxious people in this room. I can feel it. Birds of a feather. Madison, don't even think about getting together with Maddie if you're exposed to COVID. So, Ashley, you have the most wound up butthole for a stoner that I've ever met. And Gabby, she's Jewish. So hanging out with me must be such a breath of fresh air. I wrote this one in, and I should have just wove it in, but now I just have to say it because I just lost my mind. Spencer. He's having such a good time. Calm down, Spencer. If I wanted a mustache ride, I'd call Carly. Spencer, I can't even tell the difference between your mustache and that tiny ass mullet. Killed, okay. Carly, I'll leave you with some advice. Learn to let go, dance in the rain, and if your jewelry doesn't turn your skin green, then it costs too much. And never change who you are because I love you so much. And now I have to go home, cry in my bed, and eat out Ben and Jerry.
Okay, so originally we were going to be transitioning this over to Marie, but again, Rand's scared, and that's totally okay. We're very welcoming here. There's actually going to be a chance for everyone to come up with some roasts later tonight. Think on them for a bit. But right now, we're going to bounce it over to our buddy in New York, Cory. Yeah, you. Woo!
Okay, I have one more person before me. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. The fun part of this is that I can't hear the audience at all. So if you hear this, I'm gonna hear it, and I also am probably gonna talk over anyone laughing. Is there any chance you could put the mic towards the audience, Ben?
Everybody laugh. It's the only time he's gonna hear that.
Okay. Hey everyone. I am so glad to be here tonight, even virtually, to spend some time with Carly. It's the least I could do. Lord knows Carly doesn't need to spend another Monday night drinking alone. As much as I would like to be there in person celebrating with you, I had to stay in New York. I know this is a foreign concept to most people on this dais, so I'll explain it slowly. I have this thing called a job. If you will, to do nice things, like not live in Florida. Actually, 2 weeks ago, on the twins' birthday, Carly offered me $500 to fly down and make an appearance. I'm being serious, that's a real thing. I have witnesses that have heard me. And I knew it wasn't serious, because we all know Carly is too broke to be able to give me even a $5 appearance fee, let alone a $500 amount. I mean, she's so fucking broke, she's probably still driving around that car without the side mirrors on her, right? Like, come on. But, I mean, we all know the only person broker than Carly on this dais is Jerry, that's why he's Jerry. You know what? Actually, hang on. Let's take a moment and give it up one time for the roast master, Jerry. That's a difficult job. All right. Yeah. You know, it's not every day that you get free permission to absolutely eviscerate an ex publicly. So congratulations. I'm sure there are many in this room who kill for that opportunity. But, you know, I always wondered how that relationship worked, because I've never seen two pathological liars date each other before. I don't know. Do you think one was lying about their dick size and the other was lying about their sexuality? Her family has a big dick, so maybe the rumors are true. Now, speaking of big dicks, hey, Spencer. Thanks for taking time away from the bathhouse to join us tonight. Now, Spencer and I don't know each other that well. We had a lot of social circles that overlapped after college, but I always have a lot of respect for him. You know, he's a proud gay man, and it's great to see that representation on this dais. I mean, shit, the only thing gayer here is Carly's taste in men. I mean, the rest of these people on the dais, I've never met, and frankly, I know nothing about, and honestly, I'm very okay with that. For more NPCs in my life is really small right now, and I doubt I'll ever meet any of you in person. So I'm just going to go ahead and assume, based on the fact that you live in Tampa and you're friends with Carly, that you're sad, broke, doing a ton of hard drugs, and have at least one no under criminal record. Though even that might be giving you too much credit towards being interesting people. Oh wait, shit, how can I forget Ben Funt? Oh, my wingman, my calzone buddy, you know, my video technician tonight. He did a great job. You know, I could have come in here with a ton of ammo about Ben's depraved sex life, his strange fascination with puppies and people who poop on the floor of their own house, but I actually introduced Ben to his longtime girlfriend, Lindsay, who I now know is definitely out there in the house. And hi, Lindsay. Hi. You know, because I am legitimately scared of Lindsay, I'm gonna leave that shit out of it tonight. We're not
Wise
even.
choice.
I will, however, reflect on something Ben once told me when I tried to take him to a popular sorority bar in college, that he prefers to live in squalor. This, of course, for those of you who are in Tallahassee, was his way of asking me to go to the Palace Saloon. And, you know, that couldn't have been more true. Between comfortably living with a mouse in his couch and the possum that lived under half without deterrence, it was clear that the Funts were very comfortable with dirt and disaster. But nothing quite underlined that for me, like smoking a bong in their house a year ago, which had water in it that was the color and consistency of chocolate milk. It was so gross, it took me 15 minutes to realize that it was a bong I had gifted to Lindsay years prior. And, you know, I'm sure it's still like that way this very moment. In fact, I'd be willing to bet Carly's $500 on it. And I'm wrong. Y'all can try and shake her down for it. I mean, I know from personal experience that Jerry is very good at stealing other people's money. Which does finally bring me to the roast queen herself, Darlie Quisenberry. Carly Quisenberry is what you get when Elaine Bennett and Danny DeVito have a love child. She's like that bird mascot for Cocoa Puffs if it was addicted to alcohol instead of chocolate cereal. She's what every teenage girl with daddy issues dreams to be when they grow up. A 30-year-old with an edgy haircut, a glass-blowing apprenticeship, and bad credit. Misses you, Carly. Brooklyn misses you. Your people await your return. Carly has always been someone to march to the beat of her own drum and to make things more complicated and chaotic than they need to be. From pretending her mom was her sister in order to sneak her into my party in college, to purposely being late to every shift at Essence of India just to fuck with her boss, Carly has truly been an unhinged force to behold. I'll admit that I was struggling a little bit to come up with some material about Carly. It's her birthday, and I know she wanted to really get flamed tonight, but I was struggling with what direction to go in. So I asked some of my stand-up comedians that I work with to help me punch up some jokes for Carly, and they all told me to lose their minds. So instead, I stole one of their bits, the newest form of lazy comedy, a PowerPoint presentation.
Shut up.
Nothing captures the true nature of Carly's chaos so beautifully as her own words.
Can you see it?
This is inside the mind of Carly Quisenberry.
Oh.
So let's take a brief moment to examine the inner workings of Carly's Twitter account to truly appreciate Okay, starting with the basics, her pinned tweet. I know reading can be difficult for Ben, so I'll go ahead and read this out loud as well. I'm gonna go home and masturbate in my shower until I eventually pass out and drown to death. Okay, so this is kind of the perfect tweet because it's really a great place to start. You start off with a strong overture about how boring her sex life is. And then you follow that with a hint of concerning information regarding the state of her physical well-being. And then you really quickly jam in there a clear and obvious signal to call a suicide hotline on her behalf. It's really well-rounded. Honestly, get why she pinned it. 10 out of 10 tweet. On to Exhibit B. I believe in the 5-second rule when the crotch of my underwear hits the ground outside the dryer.
Oh my god.
Now this one is interesting because you get a nice blend of follow-up questions to consider. How dirty is your floor that you're concerned about laundry touching it? Are you planning to eat them? And who is the target audience for this tweet? Who are you trying to reach with this message? It's a nice touch, a more structured view into the chaos. It's a 7 out of 10. We'll move on. Okay, see, honestly, I would have kept this secret to my grave. You could not have paid to get this out of me. Trying to live out the rest of this day like I didn't spill cat litter on my face. Yes. Wow. Okay, now this I couldn't believe, and I just couldn't believe I found this. Now, I want you to note the date on this one, October 12th, 2019. Anytime I see someone wearing one of those over-the-mouth medical masks, I assume they know something like this. Did Cory come across one of the first cases of COVID in the U.S.? I mean, it would make sense Lancaster, Florida, y'all still ain't vaccinated for shit. You're probably gonna fuck around and start the measles again or something. But like, that was just impressive. You know, that was impressive. I don't even know if you remember tweeting that, but I was impressed. That's a neat attitude for sure. Okay, last one, I promise. Last one. And I think this one explains itself. Day 17, I think the hemorrhoid might permanent. Might be permanent. Might permanent. Okay, that's a bit bad. Now, there's hundreds of other things I can roast our little walking Napoleon complex for, but I want to take a moment to get serious. I've never heard of a roast calling a topic off limits before, but we had one tonight. Now, I'm not going to be that guy. But since I was the only thing that was called off limits, I figured I'd take advantage of this moment and share something with the group. Carly and I have been keeping a secret for the last few years to keep people's feelings from being hurt, but it's time the world knew the truth, Carly. The fact of the matter is, we lied to you. Every time Carly told you she beat me in a drinking game, I let her win. She knows it, I know it. I protected myself for as long as I did. But listen, if that wasn't a surprise to someone in this group, maybe Carly's got another one she can tell you, huh? Now, listen, Carly, you're a shooting star with enough energy and spirit to lift the room the moment you walk in. I'm so grateful to have you as a friend for over a decade now, and deeply appreciate the invitation to come here and make fun of you tonight. So much love, happy birthday, and welcome to hell. I'm in your 30s.
Yeah, that was fun. I don't know if anyone can top Cory. I don't know if anyone would want to top Cory, but maybe Spencer. So, before we move into the next part of this, we did want to open some space up to everybody. After our next roaster, she showed up today. We didn't know she was going to be on the dais, but she's got some.
That was my fault.
That was Carly's bad. She would have been in the group chat, but it's okay. She's got some stuff that she wants to share with the crowd, and we're going to let her do it. After she goes, some of y'all can come up. We heard that there's at least one of y'all who had something to say. So if you'd like to come up at that point, you can. He's not here? Okay, well, if any of y'all feel funny enough to try it anyway, it's not like we have fucking experts up here. You saw Cory's set. So welcome to the stage. Yay!
Oh God. Your friends are so funny. I'm gonna do my best to get through this without like shaking knees and some nervous attack, but here we go. Carly, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to embarrass myself and potentially hurt your feelings all in a single moment. Nothing could make me want to crawl inside myself more. But truly, I'm glad I have an opportunity to talk about my favorite things about you. Like how you always look like you got dressed in the dark. It's hard to imagine any of my other friends pulling off the Mrs. Doubtfire, gutter rat hooker look as well as you. But more than your unique personal style, I love your tenacity and how you never give up. Except for that one time you gave up on America's youth. And a record-breaking new short stint as a teacher. And that other time you gave up on pursuing your dreams in a new world in New York. But hey, nothing makes our parents prouder Nothing makes our parents prouder than continuing to fall back into bartending. AKA the world's sluttiest profession. I really wanted to end this short and, for me, painful speech on a positive note, but I literally can't think of anything good to say about you. But I can actually think of a few great things. Carly, you are the most consistently rad and true to themselves individual I've ever known. You're genuine, kind, and a truly supportive friend, and I love you so much. Happy birthday.
That was nice. That was nice. That's gonna be the last nice thing I think tonight. Okay, we're gonna open it up to the. Not that everyone up here is an amateur. But does anyone have a joke they'd like to share with the group? Okay.
Someone say something.
Here's somebody who feels the exact same way y'all do. Let's welcome Rick up to the stage.
Hello, everyone. The old man in the back, can I have some help over here?
Let's go!
Yeah.
You forgot your walker.
Well, I'm going to start this off with, I remember when I first met Carly, she had just started a copper shaker and I came to check out the new girl. And behind that bar, I saw some dumb curly-headed fuck with an oversized Gucci mask, and I was like, who the fuck is this bitch? As weeks went on, we worked closer together, tried to give her some tips, but politely she refused and said, nah, I'm good. Then I realized the girl that I was working with only had one arm hair, underarm with hair, and the other one shaved, and I was like, she's just fucking lazy or she's just a dumb bitch? And then, as we all know, she's a dumb bitch. So from then, I learned that Carly was not a big sports fan. And one night we decided to play quarters. And, we had a really good time. We might have taken advantage of the fact that she didn't know baseball rules. And I was like, hey, I felt bad because she said she was going to call a car. And I said, nobody calls a car, they call a fucking Uber, you pretentious bitch. So I put her in the back of my truck. Luckily I was taking Tony home that night and there was a bike there. I said, hey, I can move the bike around, but she's like, no, I'm good, I'm just gonna hop on this. So she's rolling around my back seat, not knowing where I'm going, and I was like, hey, can I have your address so I know where the fuck I'm going? And she goes, midnight. And I've taken her home before, but I was like, damn, dude, I could put 12 or 1200, I don't know where the fuck I'm going. Luckily, we drove around and we saw that ratchet-ass front porch she used to just sleep on, passed out after work, and I knew that was her home.
So my name is Tony. I worked with Carly at Copper Shaker, still work with Rick there. Great spot if y'all are ever looking for a drink. I first met Carly.
We all live here.
Behind the bar. First met Carly behind the bar at Copper Shaker, and it took me a little while to get to know her. But slowly after that, it made me wish that I did not. So, the same story where Rick told y'all that Carly was riding home holding the handlebars of a bike in the back of her car. We pulled up to the front only to see the porch that she told us that she slept on from time to time. Little did I know that until tonight, speaking about how gross the inside of her house was, that she just was afraid to sleep inside. So Carly would always show up late to work, 10, 15 minutes, and I did not think that was because she respected the job, but I learned here that she doesn't really respect a whole lot, much less her personal hygiene. So, no. So, knowing that Carly went to Florida State, I went to Florida State, I had high hopes that we would become quick friends, that she would be something that like we could aspire to. Little did I know that there were few people to do more with less with more than the folks on the dais here behind us today. If y'all did not know, Carly's favorite spot in New York was a little bar called The Cubby Hole. I feel bad roasting folks. I rarely know. But the Cubby Hole is what Spencer has tattooed on his lower back. For the longest time I thought that was a bar. But it was just Carly's favorite hangout. Thank you. So, for
I think he's interested.
There's the drinks around the corner, the snacks, but in case a few of y'all are interested, you can just keep staring at Dom's nuts. You can grab a handful if you like.
That's cute.
I don't have a way to tie any of these other jokes in. But
You're doing great, sweetie.
thank you, baby. My one woman fan club. In the back.
Thank you, Carly. We loved working with you. We really miss you there at Copper Shaker. We hope to bartend together when we open up, our so-called three-man bar. But also, what I found out today was I felt really sad for Carly because she always complained about her second grade class, and she was like, "Man, these kids are fucking terrorists. Blah blah blah. They're terrible." I didn't know that fight and stuff like that, but then now I'm realizing that she probably just got kicked out because she was the fucking slob of the fucking group. So, hey Carly, we love you. Sorry for not doing as well as we anticipated.
Okay. Are we doing drink service? I'll take a White Claw, sure. Finish this one. Raspberry or blackberry. Shit, aside from a couple jokes there, that was painful, huh? That's okay, that's okay. We actually have some people watching at home. We have a lot of people on the Zoom stream. Some people are going to be watching recordings later. One of those is one of Carly's best friends, Eris Bell. Eris Bell isn't able to make it here tonight, unfortunately, but for good reason. Eris Bell had a baby just a few days ago. Let's celebrate Eris Bell. I was not in the operator. I was not in the delivery room with Eris Bell at the time, but from what I can imagine, her delivery was probably easier than that last set. That's my assumption. I don't know. I wasn't there. So we're going to give this next to someone who has been talked about a lot tonight. He usually, when he's performing, it's usually without clothes, and usually there's an animal there. Here comes Spencer. Welcome to the stage.
Hello.
Hi, Spencer.
Thank you all so much. Tony? Anytime. You say the word, the cubby hole's open. Thank you all so much. Carly, thank you for having me. I'm really, really glad to be one of your friends from Chicago who showed up tonight. I'm just glad one of us did. It's an honor. And I really am going to give this my best shot, just like Jerry the 3 times he took the bar. He did take it a 4 times. Eventually he did it. He passed on the 4th try. And just like Dom at selling a house. Just keep networking, baby boy. Keep networking. Cory's here. It's over Zoom. Hey, baby. I haven't seen him in so long. I wish he could be here. He's just so poor. He couldn't make it. I know. It's so sad, but he works in theater, so what do you expect? I know. Keep slinging hot dogs at Lincoln Center, baby. Ben got really excited over there when I said hot dogs. He loved that. Ashley's here tonight. She was maybe going to be up here tonight, but she's not, She's out, and it's crazy because, it's almost like she spent 3 years indoors. And the only time she ever came out was when she was picking up her Uber Eats order from her boyfriend who lives in New York. But Ashley did a really cool thing. She just got her bachelor's in psychology, and now she's in her master's program. It's amazing. Hopefully she can help Carly with that really annoying OCD. Do something, please. And now the next person, that I want to talk about tonight is someone who really probably wows all of us. So, they have a really impressive career in helping people. Just really taking care of the public, and it's really cool everything they did and do. And it's not white savior Jerry. It's Rick, the mixologist. I do want everyone to say with me. Ready? Ooh, mixologist. He's a bartender. Which I am too. I can't shit on you too much for that. But I will say the only thing bigger than Rick's ego is his giant dick. The first time I met Rick I'm pretty sure the first time I met Rick was through a glory hole I set up in my apartment. And Rick is also, just so happens, he's so Republican that he asked that I make it out of an American flag. And then he referred to his dick as the RNC. Rick's enormous cock. It's so big that it swings far right. And Joe Rogan called and he wants his forehead veins back. He keeps them in his penis. Now, on to the sweet life of Ben and Jerry. Ben and Jerry, they're just so cute and charming, and look at those smiles, they're so personable and friendly. It's like they ate the Property Brothers. A lot of people, I will say, everyone's probably joked about them being named after the most famous ice cream company in the world, and I bet that was a really rocky road. But I'm not going to do that tonight. You guys are individuals. My favorite thing about Jerry is that he really does put everyone first. In his job, he's a community organizer, he's an activist, and he takes care of people in his career and his personal life. And just Google him. It's all for the photo op, I swear to God. Google him right now. It's a really great pic that you'll find right at the top of Google Images. You'll Google him and then you'll laugh later. My favorite thing about Ben, along with his parents, and his friends, and his girlfriend, is Jerry, his brother. And I really love you guys' relationship so much. I think it's so cute and it's so tender. They lived together forever. I think you guys were only separated, not living together for a really short time. And I just think it's a little cute but weird that you helped discover Ben's bisexuality. I don't know. I don't want to go too much into twincest because I think that might excite Rick too much. Anyway, someone I also love dearly is here tonight, and that's Dom. Dom looks so fabulous sometimes. Dom's boyfriend, Puppy, couldn't be here tonight. And I love Puppy so much, and it's such a cute nickname. He got it because he's so young and impressionable and innocent. He's newly gay, and it's just really fitting because Dom's his groomer. And they're exactly what Republicans like Rick warned us about. When they say if they let gay people get married, the next thing you know, we'll marry our dogs. You know, Dom's really sweet, and I love him. He's my best friend. He's so talented. He took up sewing recently, and he's really good at it. It's surprising, but I'm just hoping he can sew something up that'll help him hold this job down for more than a couple weeks. Something I love about Carly is that she really talks about and loves to talk about like the people she loves and the people in her life and her friends and her relationships. And you know, this person decided not to be up here tonight, but I think it's why I don't know that much about Marie. I don't know, Marie. Though when I was trying to come up with something for you, I don't have much, but you look like a TikTok girly who sings in cursive and had a pre-planned crying fit in the driver's seat about a guy who ghosted you. He looked like Cory, the guy. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. It's best. It's a good thing he ghosted you. You know, and Carly's mom is here tonight, everybody. The original MTV Teen Mom. And we can't forget about Teen Dad. Even though he forgot about her for a little while. You know, love you guys. But truly, Carly, thank you so much for having me tonight. You're so sweet and you're my favorite person. I love you so much. Something we really connect on is the fact that, you know, we both have, you know, fun, playful fashion sense, you know. I have a fashion sense and you dress like a 6-year-old in the spirit Halloween. But for that, I brought you a little something. Dom, can you hand me that, please? Oh.
Is it your sneeze bag or just
I did blow my nose in this shirt, but not the one I'm giving you. This is just a little challenge I want for you. It's a gift I wanted to give you, and I want to see what you can do with it. Make this look good. I know you will. I know she can, everybody. I know she can. Carly really took me under her wing when I moved to St. Pete, and I couldn't be more grateful for that, but I never found my way out through all the armpit hair. And something about Carly that I love is that, you know, she loves her body hair, and I think that type of body positivity is so important and disgusting. Shave your pubes. Shave your happy trail. Trim your nipples, for the love of God. Plow through it. Like you did the entire St. Pete service industry page on Facebook. You know, and then maybe you can take all the trimmings and crochet a little white flag and surrender your bisexuality. You only date men. Jesus. Carly, I love you so much. Thank you so much for having me here. And I loved making fun of you and all of our friends. Thank you.
Holy shit, that's a new record. That's the longest Spencer's had their mouth open without a dick in it. Real quick, I know drink service. Can I get a White Claw while we're doing drink service by any chance?
what flavor?
Flavor?
any berry. Raspberry, blackberry. Does anyone else want to drink? We're taking a quick moment because everyone needs to drink a little more before bed goes.
One more.
You're already really hot. Carly might pass out again. She's passed out 5 times in front of me in the time that we've known each other. She's passed out at 2 concerts. She's passed out at a hot spring. She's passed out after a night of drinking. I'll take a second. And she's passed out just a few weeks ago. She was just like, well, I got a tattoo. I didn't eat anything before I showed up. I thought I'd pass out. Carly passes out a shit ton. She passes out almost as much as Rick's clients. Just came up with that one off the cuff. All right. Now you're going to see me, but a little less talented. Here comes my brother, Ben.
I didn't think I'd start with any gay jokes, but fuck it. This is one of the gayest rooms I've ever been in. If word got out we were roasting this many gays, the Trump campaign would have sponsored it. This room is so gay that if we left together in a single file line, spectators would line the sidewalks expecting rainbow beads and floats sponsored by Nick Ultra. This room is so gay that GLAAD denounced the guest as a heavy-handed trope and a stereotype. It almost makes me think that if the DeSantis camp was right, that some indoctrination's going on. It's either that or, what are they putting in the water? Marie, I was going to make fun of you because you were going to be up here, but honestly, I got nothing for you. You just seemed like the type of girl that would have bullied the whole dais in high school. Dom, I'm glad Dom was here. He was so excited to be invited to the roast. This is the first time he's been involved in a roast that didn't involve handling a cock in front and behind. Carly told me he kept calling it a spit roast for 3 weeks, but he finally understood the plan here.
I still have my harness in the back.
I'm glad Rick was here. Rick came up with Tony, a little Timon and Pumbaa action. Love that. Tony, you seem like such a good guy, and I truly feel like you're 1, 2, maybe like 12 steps away from making an impact on the world. You guys know. No, I'm kidding. He is on drugs and alcohol. Rick, you seem like if a golden retriever was a guy, but also just a little stupid. You seem like such a nice guy. You seem like the type of person who put like Taylor Swift lyrics in a birthday card. And you seem like the kind, your Instagram bio would read like Hufflepuff dad who loves Taco Tuesday. Jerry is so fat. Jerry is so fat, and his body just moves so slow. He's like a stop-motion monster from the 1930s. His slow, fat body moves so slow. It makes him late to everything we do. The only thing more routinely late than Jerry are Carly's monthly periods. Speaking of splits, Spencer's here! Spencer's asshole is so used up and gaped that his last 3 partners fell in and got lost in there like it's the hallways of an M.C. Escher painting. When Spencer farts, you just hear the wind blow, and instead of shit, it smells like bleach. Spencer, you are so thin, so tall, yet so sparkly. It's like Slender Man grew up at Fire Island. Really though, Spencer came from very far away to be here tonight. Thank you for coming all the way down. From your giant gay beanstalk in the sky. Little people down here. And by giant beanstalk in the sky, I mean his big giant cock. Spencer is like the Night Stalker from J.D. Vance's Worst Nightmares. You see how big his mouth is, and he has these dark circles around his eyes. You pair that with that big ass mouth and get him butt naked, it's like a sparkly Babadook. I'm glad we were able to get Cory to stream into the show. It was actually part of a DEI initiative to get somebody below a 3 on the Kinsey scale to show up in the show. And knowing Carly's friends, that was damn near impossible. Cory is so straight, he can't even brush his tongue without gagging. Cory is so straight, he won't even touch his own balls when he's shaving. I'm kidding, he's straight, but he's an ally. Cory, your vegetarian diet is killing you. The only thing running faster from you than interesting women is your hairline. And the hair seems to be all around your Spencer's upper lip. No, Cory is really good to women, though. He's great to the women he dates. He always buys them a gift for graduating college, no matter how old he gets. Y'all don't know them, but that's okay. They don't know each other either. Super happy to be here for the roast. When I heard Carly was having a roast, I was worried Jerry would wolf it down before we got here. Jerry eats like a disgusting animal. He doesn't even chew. Watching him eat food is like watching a whale suck the ocean water into its mouth with all the shrimp in its wake. It's disgusting. He just breathes in the food. He's a fucking pig. Jerry has two forms of eating. He's either just inhaling it, or he looks like a starving boar digging out a trough. You watch him eat, and you can't stop thinking to yourself, does he know he can chew his food? And he eats so much, you might be thinking, oh, where does he put it? But you can tell. You can tell. That brings me to Carly. Carly spent years in the closet before realizing she was pansexual. When she came out of the closet, she decided just to wear everything all at once. It's like she got dressed in there with the light off. She dresses like Frankenstein did in Big Daddy. She dresses like she's a different character on the Magic School Bus every day. Today, Carly is dressed like Fran Drescher's laugh. Carly is she just has this ability to make friends with almost anybody. It does make it easier when you fucked half the people who shake your hand, though. They tend to stick around for some strange reason. But have any of you ever seen Carly try to make friends with a celebrity? She's a total star fucker. Wide-eyed, cheesy smile, gushing, but she's gonna fuck him. She actually did sleep one of them before. We went out on a comedy show and she ended up fucking the comedy star, but don't worry, never heard of them in your life. Still a star fucker if you count stars as having 20 followers and a singular IMDb credit. And if you do, then hey, she fucked 2 stars and Jerry's on the dais. Carly's such a slut. When she eats a banana, she spits on it first. No, she is a slut. All of you see this Carly, but I have seen the real Carly. The one that projectile vomits all over the walls when she gets too drunk. She had a reputation for being the vomit queen in college, and she once danced in an actual bucket of puke for an audience. I've literally seen Carly on all fours scooping up chunks of her own vomit like she was Jackie O in the back of a Dallas convertible. The only thing bar toilets have seen more of than her drunken vomit is Dominic snorting 8-ball lines off the back tank. But seriously, Dominic does so much cocaine. No, he just does a lot. We're all worried. I'll give Carly this though. She is such a thoughtful drunk. She once even offered to donate her liver to the lead singer of Smash Mouth, but then he said, no thanks, and he just died. That's all I got. Love you, Carly. Thank you. That was funny. Everything you said about me was a lie. He's a dirty liar. Shit, okay, so that's almost the entire dais. We've all been celebrating Carly all night. We truly love and appreciate her. She filled out her whole place she works, or one of the 2 places she works, one of the 6 fucking places she works. She has to jump around jobs as much as possible. It's a hard time for her. But you know what? Everyone's here to celebrate Carly, to tell her that we love her, to celebrate her birthday, and to tell her all the amazing and shitty things about her. Now for the next few minutes, just clap politely, laugh as much as you can. She's trying her best, but she's gonna absolutely blow this. But it is her birthday, so absolutely give her all of your energy. Just act like you like her. You've been doing it for so long. Next up is Carly.
remember why I invited my parents? I tried my best. I wrote a few jokes. I'm going to say them because I have to. And then I'm going to thank everyone and go pee. So, all right. I tried to get one joke for everyone back here. So my first joke is for Ben and Jerry. Ben and Jerry are really picky eaters. I don't know how many of you have been to dinner with them, but they're real meat and potato types. You go out to eat with them, they're looking at the menu for a long time. Nothing on the menu is good enough. It's kind of the opposite of how Spencer picks men to sleep with. The one thing they do have in common, though, is that they all eat as much meat as humanly possible. Like I said, I tried to come up with one joke for everyone up here. Couldn't think of anything for Rick. You're just not interesting enough to write about it. Marie dropped out, and she called me today to tell me she was going to do so, which inspired this joke because it reminded me of how she dropped out of college and all of her responsibilities. Cory Dunn is so aggressive.
How aggressive is he?
Cory Dunn is so aggressive that talking to him is like trying to talk to a hippo. Only if I talked to a hippo, I would end up dead, which would be more fun than talking to Cory Dunn. Dom is so gay.
How gay is he?
Dom is so gay that he looks like his inner monologue is narrated by Eartha Kitt. Yes, another day of renting apartments. Luxury apartments. I got everyone. Oh, and Kate. That is totally my fault that I did not realize Kate was roasting tonight, so I just want to say sorry. I'm really sorry. I only have good thoughts about you, and those jokes were really hard to write, so thank you all so much for coming, and all of you for doing this, I guess. It was the best and worst thing I've ever had happen. I love you all.
All right, that's it for the roast, everybody. If you're watching at home on Zoom, you're not going to party with us after this, but if you're here, we're going to Enigma to do karaoke. You can watch Carly blow it a second time. All right, commensurate.